What's going on Blast Gamers? Melfice X here, and we're bringing you a new series. We're gonna do a comic haul series right here on the YouTube home of On Blast Gaming, youtube.com/MelficeX1. So I think roughly about the end of May, I got into a new hobby, which is collecting comics. I've always been interested in comics. I would keep up with either buying the trade paperbacks and mostly reading comics digitally. But I've never really stepped in the realm of collecting comics since I was a kid. And I said, you know what? I got the bug, right? I got that itch, and I had to get into it. And I was like, you know what? Let me start, collecting comics. And we're a few months in. We mostly collect modern. We haven't stepped into any of the like Golden, Silver Age, Bronze Age stuff. I mean, Golden Age would be ridiculous, especially those prices. Those are like big money books, and I'm definitely not that far along into my collecting. Right now I'm just doing modern stuff, and what I'm collecting is pretty much cover art and variants. Anything that looks really pretty as a cover, I'm most likely getting it. I have a few selected characters that I'm really aiming for, but my collecting method is pretty much cover art, like cover buys, and variants is really what interests me. I'm not really particular into like completing runs right now, and I'm definitely not a spec collector. I'm not speculating on stuff. If I happen to get a spec comic because it happened to look pretty, then it's a win-win. But I'm not going out to buy books to flip them. Everything that I get for the most part is my personal collection, until I start running out of space, and then we'll see what we start doing with some of those books. But that's really my method. I know there's different. I mean, over the few months I have been exposed to different collection methods, and I know there's people that collect a certain series, a certain run, and there's different types. But I fall into the cover buy and the variant horror category. That would be what I particularly and also, like I said, I do have a few selected characters that if I see, I'm most likely gonna get. Batman, any part of the Batman family, I'm deep into. I love the whole Batman, just the whole environment, the whole fucking Batman rogue gallery that they have. I love all the villains. I love all the all the superheroes coming out of the Batman universe, from Nightwing, Red Hood. I love me some Batgirl. Obviously the Joker, Riddler. All those classic villains. Bane. That's a big one. If I see Bane on a cover, I'm like, yeah, that's probably a must buy. Also in DC, like I did mention, Nightwing and Red Hood. Red Hood is definitely catching on to me. Like a lot of these Red Hoods that come out, when I see them, I'm like, I gotta get Red Hood. He's really becoming one of my tops. Deathstroke is another one, and that's pretty much it I could think of as right now for DC. I mean, there's been some Aquamans here and there. There's been some Flashes, but with those, it's just got to be like if the right artist draws that cover, then I'm most likely in. But I've never been that crazy into Superman. I like Superman. Don't get me wrong. I do like Superman, but I've never been that hardcore into him. And then stepping on to like Marvel, I would have to say, really anything in the Spider family. Spider-Man, Venom, definitely. Venom is my favorite. A lot of Carnage, obviously, with Absolute Carnage going on. Carnage is a great cover buy for me. He just looks so fucking crazy and chaotic. X-Men stuff. Loving the X-Men. Magneto, Wolverine, Cyclops. Even if I get a Gambit cover, Gambit usually looks good on a cover. What else for Marvel? It's funny because it's not really coming up, but there's a bunch of shit going on. And then there's Spawn on the image. I love Spawn's just when the right artist draws Spawn, it just looks fucking phenomenal. Such a great looking character. And you know, you got some indies in there, you know, you got some of the Red Sonjas, and some other very cool looking books. You know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and there's a few other ones, but for the most part, yes, cover by Variant Horror. This is where you're gonna get your cover fix right here on this comic haul. Now I talked about when I got into comics, I talked about what I like to collect, and now I'm going to talk to you where I collect them. So I primarily use Midtown Comics. I usually order my books online. I do a lot of the pre-orders just because you save a lot of money. But I am going to probably look to transition into my local comic shop in LCS pretty soon, just because I want to build that connection, you know, that you have with a shop, and it just feels much better, because I drop a lot of money for Midtown, but I just don't feel like, not that they don't take care of you, but it's just online, you know what I mean? So I'm just another number, and they ship the books, and since I don't really, like, when I buy these books and when I get them, I don't open them. You know, these books stay in pristine condition. I like my books in pristine, beautiful, mint condition. I love that. And unfortunately, the problem that I'm running into Midtown is that a lot of, you know, when they ship the comics, there's a very good chance that these books come back scuffed or damaged. And, you know, for someone that doesn't open their books, bags them nice and tightly, and puts them in a short box, I like to have them as mint. You know, I'm not saying that every book's going to be a 9.8, but I like to have them in that 9.4 to 9.6 range. At least they're modern books. You know, they should be in that, especially if I'm not reading them and I'm reading them digitally, you know. So, yeah, unfortunately, the problem that I have been experiencing is that, you know, there have been some defects and some damaged books from the shipping process. So far, my last few shipments, Midtown has been good, but it's kind of a roll of the dice. And I feel that if I do it through an LCS, not only will I be building that human connection, you know what I mean, like that they'll try to take care of me, and you know, they'll also look out for me and stuff like that. And you build a repertoire with that shop, but now you'll also get better books at the same time. But for right now, we are settling with Midtown. We're still pre-ordering with Midtown, but within the next couple of months, I'll inform you guys. I'll probably switch to an LCS. I'll still use Midtown for my exclusives and for obviously hard to get, you know, variants. That's always good to go to like a big comic shop, you know what I mean? Because they order, you know, if it's a 1 in 100, they're gonna you guarantee they're gonna order 100 to get that variant or that incentive variant. So I'm still gonna use Midtown. It's just I'm going to probably support my LCS just a little bit more with bigger purchases. So yeah, that's pretty much that's almost a 9-minute introduction. Let's get into the fucking comics, guys. So here we go. To start this haul, our first haul right here on Blast Gaming, we got 2 stacks. 2 nice, beautiful stacks. One is a stack, the other one is a oversized book right by itself. Here you go. Right there, Midtown. Midtown, right? So we got that Midtown, and let's change it over. So now, as you can see, this is pretty much my haul. I did set up in little pins. We got mostly DC up in here. A lot of DC in this hole. A lot of killer covers too, man. I'm loving a lot of these covers. We got 1 Marvel book. Wow, that's a little strange because I do get a little more Marvel. And we got a few indies there. So let's change up the screen here. Let's unbag these books. take these books out. Gotta take these books out. Oh. Crumble this paper up. Throw it out. Why do we need paper? You know? It's like unwrapping a gift. Nice little stack right there. Not bad. Not bad for a haul, no? Beautiful stack, right? Alright, so we're going to start it up. First book on the list. Alright, we're going to have this beautiful Aquaman 51. And it's going to be the cover B, Joshua Middleton. It's going to be the cardstock. I love these cardstock covers from DC. They feel so good, and they really they don't get damaged. Just a beautiful cover. The detail on Aquaman is just insane. Beautiful. And they really do, they're pristine. Fucking Joshua Middleton really killing it. Love his work on Batgirl, and fucking Aquaman is just, look at that. Look at that beauty. Beautiful. Aquaman, he's been having some good fucking he's been having some good covers. Been having some really nice covers. Alright, next on the list. Got a little Batman here. Got the Clayton Crain. This is the Year of the Villain, City of Bane. This is the cover B variant. It's not a cardstock, but like I said, I do like my Batman, so check that out right there. Beautiful condition. Love Clayton Crain. He's actually one of my favorite artists in the game right now. There's a few of them that I really look out for. Clayton Crain, Adi Granov, Lucio Perillo, Gabriel Delato, Francesco Mattina, Joshua Middleton. Those are, you know, when I see those names, I'm just like, damn, those are must-gets. The next one, we got Black Mask, Year of the Villain. This is just the, it's the cover. They only came out with one cover. It's the cover A. I thought it looked better, honestly. I don't know exactly, I don't know if this was a must-buy for the cover. I mean, the cover does look cool. It is that, it's not cardstock, but it kind of looks like it, or it kind of feels it. Alright looking cover. Not bad. I don't think it's going to be my top. So far the Aquaman and that Batman look pretty damn sick. Those are some of the contenders there for like a top. You know what I mean? Now this one right here. This right here is definitely a top. I would consider it a top at least. Now this is beautiful. This is that Stanley Artgerm cardstock, cover B, Year of the Villain, Dark Gifts tie-in. And I mean, look at that book. That's just beautiful stuff. It's kind of like the animated series. If you guys aren't familiar with Catwoman from the animated series, this is just dead on. Beautiful condition. And again, these cardstocks, they really they hold up. They hold up. They don't get you don't see like the spine ticks or like the scuffed corners like you would on a regular cover. And they just feel better. They feel like premium quality. DC, when they do that, they really know how to do that stuff, man. That's it. This is one of the top contenders. This is one of those top contenders for one of the top covers of the week. I'll tell you that. Alright, so here we have a Doug Mahnke. This is Detectives 1009. It's the cover A, the regular. Not bad. It has Mr. Freeze freezing up Batman. It's another, it's another one of those Year the Villain Dark Gifts tie-ins. I think I could have skipped on that cover. I don't think it's a wow cover, but it is Batman. And it just looks, you got Mr. Freeze on it, so I was like, why not? And you got Batman just iceberg right there. He's just an iceberg, frozen in a block of ice and shit. Not a top contender, but a Batman cover nonetheless. But I could have skipped it. That one could have been skipped. There's a few skippable gifts there. Gifts. There's a few skippable covers, if you want to say that I could have skipped. Next on the list is the cover A for Event Leviathan. Again, not really a cover that I'm really feeling. I just love the kind of like the red hood in the back. I pretty much love that about the cover. Batman's fighting off some like knights, and you just got the dude in the back, in the background and stuff. It's the regular cover. Alex Maleev or Maleev. He's the artist for this one right here. Event Leviathan 3. Alright, so for the next one, got a little Flash. Got a little Flash. It's going to be the cover A by Rafa Sandoval and Jordi Tarragona. And again, this is the Year of the Villains Dark Gifts tie-in. And it looks like you got Captain Cold. Just put in the ice touch on Flash. The frozen fury of Captain Cold. And it's cool because I love how the Flash logo is kind of like encapsulated in ice. Kind of reminds you of that Detective Comics that we just saw with Mr. Freeze pretty much freezing up the Batman, you know what I mean? But Captain Cold is showing no type of mercy. He's just straight up freezing that man up. Hold it to your chest. Really cool stuff. Not bad, you know, not bad. Not one of the best Flash covers, but I do kind of like the Captain Cold touch on it. All right, now getting into some of the big boys here. Getting into some of the big boys. We got this beautiful Hawkman variant. It's Hawkman 15. And this is the Inhyuk Lee. It would have been so beautiful in cardstock. But it is the Year of the Villains Dark Gifts tie-in. And I mean, I love the colors for this book. It just looks so goddamn beautiful, man. Such a great Hawkman. Inhyuk Lee is such a great fucking artist. Look at that. Look at the detail and the texture. And one thing about DC Comics is their cover Bs, their variants are kind of like Virgin covers. Cover price too. They don't fucking charge you like $20. It's pretty much a fucking variant. It's pretty much a Virgin variant. Just with a little trade dress on the bottom. But, you know, for the most part, you are getting a Virgin, you know, cover, and you get a beautiful signature right here by the wings. This I'm gonna put in the top contender. I'm gonna put it along with that Catwoman. So far that was fire. Talking about fire. We gotta be talking about this Nightwing cover. Holy shit. Warren Louw. What a fucking cover this is, man. Look at this beauty of a cover. Look at that detail. Holding the Robin cape. And again, this is Nightwing 63. It's the cover B variant by Warren Louw. It's a Year of the Villain Dark Gift tie-in. But just look at that beauty, man. Look at the detail. It looks so beautiful. Fucking beautiful, man. I've never really heard of Warren Louw. But, man, this cover is just amazing. And with it's just a beautiful, no trade dress. Again, a cover price virgin variant right there. That is definitely up on one of my covers for the week, without a doubt, or at least of the cover of this haul. So we're getting to the fire right now. We're in the fire right now. All right, so now we have the oversized Superman Year 1. I believe this is issue number 2. It's the regular cover by John Romita. So this is like a magazine size. It's not a regular comic size cover. And it's not bad. Pretty much have Superman there holding the mouth open of a dinosaur. Looks like a T-Rex. And he's just shooting the heat vision inside his throat. Frank Miller, John Romita, had to buy it. Superman Year 1, why not? I got issue 1, and I was like, you know what? Let me get issue 2. Maybe have Frank Miller sign this bad boy. And this is also part of that DC Black Label brand that they got. I don't know if you can see it. There it is. Alright, so next up, got a little Wonder Woman action. This is the cover B variant by Jenny Frison. And Jenny Frison is doing some amazing work with Wonder Woman. I'm really loving the way she's drawing Wonder Woman, and all those covers kind of, they make up a little bit of a set. They all have the same art style. Jenny Frison, she's killing it. Should I put it in the in those covers of the week? Yeah, why not? We'll put it. We'll put it in there. Why not? All right, so we're pretty much done with DC. Big DC haul. Big DC haul for our first comic haul right here on YouTube. So now we're going to step into the only Marvel book that I have for this particular haul. And it's going to be right here. It's going to be Absolute Carnage vs. Deadpool. And it is going to be the Tyler Kirkham regular cover. Not a bad cover. You know, you see Deadpool in action. He's slicing shit up. You see all the, like, Carnage symbiotes around them. Alright, so now to the indies. Oh, the indies. Here we go. Red Sonja. Birth of the She-Devil #3. And this right here. This is actually the cover D incentive Virgin variant by Sergio Davila. Beautiful condition. Gotta love it. And now to our last book of the haul. Got some from Image. And it's pretty violent. It's issue #1. This is the cover B variant. It is Ryan Ottley. And this cover looks so beautiful. It just looks so violent. Look at her eyes. Look at the pure fucking anarchy. Just holding a long eye socket. Pretty violent #1. The Ryan Ottley variant. Would look beautiful with a signature in that white background. Maybe somewhere around here. I would have to say maybe like around here. Why not, right? Maybe in red too. I'm liking that for one of the covers of the week, I'll tell you that. So we got some candidates. So let's pull out all the candidates that we have for cover of the week. It was split. It was I think half of this stack right here. Look at that. That would be our contenders for cover of the week. So right off the bat, definitely this Red Sonja. Just beautiful. Beautiful Virgin. When Red Sonja is Alright, so we just showed the Red Sonja. And now, that pretty violent cover that we showed by Ryan Ottley. These are my top picks right now. These are my top picks. And then we're going to narrow it down to the top 3. Jenny Frison, Wonder Woman. Very hot cover. Oh, this Nightwing. I have a good feeling about this Nightwing. Aquaman by Joshua Middleton. This Batman here by Clayton Crain. Cover B variant. Hawkman, Inhyuk Lee. And finally, the Catwoman by Stanley Artgerm Louw. Animated series Catwoman. Homage. So who made it? Who made the cut to the top 3? Let's head right over. So number 3. Got pretty violent. Pretty violent number 1 by by Ryan Ottley. Image Comics. That's the cover B variant. That made your top 3 right there. It's number 3 for our first comic book haul covering the week of August 21st. Beautiful releases this week. I definitely have to say that myself. It's a really, really good week for covers. A lot of DC stuff, but look at that. We had Image sneak into that top 3. Number 2. Oh yeah. That beautiful Catwoman number 14 cover B variant by Stanley Artgerm Louw. Cardstock cover. Absolute beauty. And your number 1 cover for the first On Blast Gaming comic haul right here on the home of On Blast Gaming, youtube.com/MelficeX1. You got Nightwing number 63 cover B variant by Warren Louw. Year of the Villain tie-in. Got some beautiful hot contenders right there. Now, I don't know what we're going to do exactly in the sense of like, maybe we should have like a end of the year, like best cover. Like we'll take like the top 3 covers of each week and we'll probably put them in some type of a pool or something. Or, you know, we'll kind of do like top cover of the year. Even though we kind of got a late start because it's August and it's going to be almost December, but we'll do something. But those are the top 3 covers that I was feeling. I mean, look, these are just a matter of my opinion. This is not like a viewer poll or... I mean, look, if you guys agree, if you guys disagree, hit it up in the comments, please. I would love to know. And if you see something that maybe should have been put on this list, I mean, I know this is kind of late. It is it's almost like right now, since we're making it's about a month and a half back. But if you think that one of those other covers should have been, you know, should have been in the top 3, let me know. Let me know what was your favorites. If you agree with my top 3, or if you kind of think it should have been different. I mean, look, this could have gone either way. You could have had the Aquaman in there. You could have had that Red Sonja, Birth of the She-Devil, Virgin variant. But there you go, guys. Those are the top 3, and thank you very much, guys, for tuning in to our first comic haul. Kind of ran a little long, 40 minutes, but we had a lot to talk about. Long introduction, a lot of books. I like to really take my time with these books, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Definitely follow me on Instagram at Melfice, well, Melfice_X. If you like what you're watching, give me a thumbs up, leave a subscribe, and definitely leave some comments. That's the best thing you could do. Is I would love to interact with you guys, see what your thoughts were on the video, on the books. Let me know. You could always tune into my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/MelficeX. That's where I usually do all my live stream gaming stuff, and I upload the archives on YouTube. But if you want to watch the live broadcast, definitely give me a follow over there, and it'll give you a notification whenever I go live. And also Twitter at MelficeX, which I really don't. I suck at social media, guys. I'm not really a heavy social media. I try. I really do try. Like, I do want to interact in social media, but I just get lazy. I really do. But thank you guys very much for tuning in. It was my first comic haul. Hopefully we did a good job. There will be more to come. More comics, more cover art, more variants, and more of my top picks. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, guys, keep on reading, keep on buying, keep on collecting, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.